Good morning. Welcome to the Professor Dur Show. Here is nearly 10 a.m. Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya. I hope your morning is doing well. I'm going for work now as usual. So I want to talk about the hustler madness. So here in Kenya, during the last election, there was this contest between two parties. So the winning party said that let me wait this car to pass. So the winning party said that they are going to focus on, it's called the hustler. Is it the hustler movement or what? Hustler movement. So basically hustler, the person in power now said that hustlers are basically anyone who is self-employed. They don't have a salary of note. So the mamambogas, the hawkers who sell vegetables. Then you also have motorcycle riders, they are called border borders here. Then you also have, so anyone who is basically self-employed, an artisan, metal worker, and on and on and on. Then on the other side, you had the so-called the dynasties. These are people who own Kenya. They own businesses, big companies, and what have you. So now, the hustler movement won. So now, it has been like, I don't know, 1 year in power, the so-called hustler government. But now the strange thing, the people who are suffering are the so-called hustlers. Because things are up, taxes have gone up, the petrol is up. That's why I'm saying hustler madness. Because these so-called hustlers are supposed to be the poor person, the person who is self-employed, has nothing. But it's the one who is suffering. You see, the people who are being grouped as dynasties, the people who are rich, they own properties, they are doing well. I must say they're even increasing their businesses because they own supermarkets, they own shops, they own garages. So you find that this so-called hustler movement was just a ruse. You know ruse? Ruse is whereby you trick people to follow you because you have decided to take a particular stand. So now, that's why I'm saying hustler madness. Hustler to me is just basically means poverty. Poor and simple. Because you see, the problem here in Kenya, people are self-employed, like this guy who's passing out the motorcycle, so-called border. They earn totally nothing. With this now, the taxes, now things are worse. Because the average salary in Kenya is around $300 if you are employed. So that's 45,000. After taxation, it goes to 30,000 Kenya shillings. So even these people who are employed, they live in very poor neighborhoods. Because to get a good neighborhood in Kenya, you must have a minimum of $500, isn't it? I don't know, current exchange rate, that will be over 70,000 to get a good house in a good. So here I'm talking of apartments with open space for children to play, or you can keep your pets. And it's an open apartment block with space for children to play. You can park your car, or you can buy a mansionette with its own space. Maybe you have rented. But if you want to buy a mansionette, that's a story for another day. Because houses are very expensive in Kenya. So that's why I'm talking of hustler madness. These people just came up with a concept that does not work, that is there to destroy Kenyans. Because me, I'd rather the country focuses on making people who are self-employed have their own benefits. Or like now, education is free, medical cover is free. So this so-called hustler can move up the ladder instead of being angry about the so-called dynasty. And even me, I'd rather say those people who are employed are also part of hustle. Because once your salary is paid, that's for 40,000 Kenya shillings or 45. After taxation is 30,000. Housing, bills, this person does not even have anything. And remember, these people are helping relatives, helping anyone who needs to help them. So you understand? So I'm approaching school, let me stand there and talk. So you find that this so-called hustler madness cannot work in a country like Africa. Because what we need is development, factories, we need value addition, agriculture, we need development of skills, so that we can have skills in Kenya and those who can work outside Kenya and they earn big salaries. These days our ladies go to Saudi Arabia to work as maids. They are killed, they are harassed. You have heard these stories in our newspapers. So this is called hustler. The hustler movement is madness because it's based on a wrong premise that if people have money and businesses, they are dynasty, they are rulers. No, anyone who is a dynasty or business owner has worked hard for their money and become better. Like the Asian community, who are part of the dynasty because most of them own businesses, came here first of all as rail network workers. Then they came as shopkeepers, dukawalas. So those dukas, their forefathers, developed into big business, supermarkets, factories, companies, and what have you. So you cannot really call them dynasties just like that. They build their business. So what should be happening, the so-called hustlers should be taught how to make money, develop their skills, and in the process earn good money and even develop themselves. Because here in Kenya, things are going opposite. For a country to develop, you need in an industrial sector, which you don't have. So it's up to the government to find what is the industrial sector for Kenya so that people have money, so people can invest. So that money, when people are employed, a good number of people are employed, money moves in the system. But it cannot be hustler where people just spend most of their money on survival, hand to mouth. And then you say hustlers, people who have motorcycles, businesses, you understand? So if you were to ask me, the so-called hustler movement is just a useless thing that won't take us anywhere. Let's develop our country, skills, help the less fortunate, improve on education and knowledge and skills. So this is the Professor Dor Show. If you like what I'm saying, you can send something on the mobile number there. And as I always say, Gwaheri Akwanana Gwaheri.